Hi everyone, I'm Ken from Crypto Trading KS. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently up 3.18% to 60,787. Ethereum up 6.27% to 4256. My goal is to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, and also gain real wealth in the process. I've hidden knowledge gems throughout this video. Unless you watch to the end, you'll miss them. See how many you can find. I've been involved with financial markets for over 3 decades. I can say that Rule 774 is incredibly important. Master yourself to master the markets. Having your philosophy and focus right is really important, or else you can easily self-sabotage. To avoid self-sabotage, it's really important to know that you're worthy and unique. You deserve kindness, love, meaning, and every success in life. The crypto market can make and generate extreme wealth, but there's more to life than just money. Having inner and outer peace, integrity, decency, kindness, courage and honor, empathy and love, these are all really, really important things. Just think about it this way. If you're struggling financially and then you make millions of dollars, who will you be at that particular point of time? Will you have inner and outer peace, fulfillment and meaning, purpose and fearlessness? You can literally have it all as you go forward. As an investor or a trader, you can put your money in a lot of different places. S&P 500, the proxy for stocks, is up 39% for the past 12 months. Gold is down 4%, but that's a lot better than what it used to be. Bitcoin is up 356% for the year. Looking at the Fear and Greed Index, we can see that the greed is coming out of the market. Things are resetting. This is a really good sign. We can also see the percentage supply of Bitcoin in profit has dropped from 100% back down to 92%. This is really quite good. You can see that when the supply in profit reaches 100%, literally the entire market is in profit. That creates a symbiotic relationship with the shorts. The shorts cool down the market and allow it to rise in a structured manner, which is really, really important. Even though crypto is so incredibly exponential, we call it structured. Looking at futures open interest across all exchanges, we see the undeniable correlation between Bitcoin's price and futures open interest. We track Bitcoin's price because Bitcoin is basically the market leader. Where Bitcoin goes, the alts go. So understanding what Bitcoin is doing is critical to understanding your beloved alts. We can see that in the past session, around 22.9 billion in total open interest was in the market. This has now increased to 24.05 billion. We expected this pullback because we saw such a ramping of open interest and so much profitability in the market that there needed to be a bit of a cool down. We're seeing that cool down happen now. It may have a little bit of time to go. We'll just keep our eye on the chart. It could go either way actually at the moment. There's been 296.54 million in liquidations across the past 24 hours, occurring to 74,791 traders. Over the past 12 hours, around 58% of liquidations were long. We can see that over the past period, we've had about 810 million in long liquidations recently, but not really much in the way of liquidation, considering how much total open interest is in the market. Turning to Bitcoin's technical analysis, Bitcoin is currently trading at 60,830. It's doing quite well. It's trying to get above this resistance. It's got 2 levels of resistance to get above. You can see the price is just below it at the moment. We had an attempt to get above. We nearly got there and we've been pushed down. There was a lot of liquidations and you can see the longs getting liquidated in here. Right now, we're trading the chart that we're viewing. We can see that Bitcoin is still below resistance. It needs to break out and trade at about $62,500 to get above both of these upward resistance levels and turn them to support. We of course have some issues in the market, and we always have issues, so we don't panic about issues, we're just mindful of them. We have the ongoing Evergrande saga, but things seem to be repairing there to such a degree that the markets are not paying that much attention. But beware, these things can take a little bit of time to play out. We also have Janet Yellen on the warpath, trying to tax unrealized capital gains. That's basically, if you made $1 million and you started with $500,000, that $500,000 in profit would be taxed even though you haven't sold. Janet Yellen is targeting 700 billionaires with this particular tax. Good luck with that, Janet. I don't think those billionaires are going to be too happy, and they'll just move the ball under the cup anyway. That's what they do. The FATF recommendations, options expiry, the FOMC meeting on November the 3rd is the next major issue. On November the 16th, we'll have the Bitcoin Taproot upgrade, which will be positive for Bitcoin. We have the rehabilitation of the Mt. Gox shareholders, if you like, so to speak. That was covered in episode 296. December 3, we have the debt ceiling that still needs to be raised, and of course we've got a lot of other headwinds, just as we do always in the markets. So that's why we don't panic. We're not light switches. We don't go all in and we don't go all out. We're like dimmers. We come on gradually and go out gradually. Every episode we talk about chaos zone analysis. In zones 1 and 2, behavior is like a light switch. It's either on or off, because people want 100% certainty, and to be 100% correct 100% of the time with 0% loss. That's fair. Who wouldn't want that, really? But we know that when we're in financial markets for a long time, that certainty and being correct and never making a loss just won't happen. So we switch across, if you like, to probabilities and scaling in and out. It's all about patience and making decisions ahead of time. That's why we always say make in advance probabilistic choices. Know what you're going to do if things go your way. Know what you're going to do if things go completely against you. Just have a strategy and make sure you execute that strategy, and then you'll be able to sleep really well at night. As a community, we're all about layering in. We have buy orders waiting on our beloved alts or beloved cryptos, and they're just sitting there sunbaking and waiting for price to come to them. When looking at Bitcoin from a technical aspect, the chart looks like it wants to party. It's trying to get above this resistance. When we take the longer term view of Bitcoin, we can see that Fidelity Investments is predicting around $1 million per Bitcoin from 2026 onwards, and around $10 million per Bitcoin from 2030 onwards. That is just really to put things in focus. When you think that Bitcoin is currently trading at 60,729, is this a good time to get in? Well, if those estimates become real, yeah, absolutely. But we're always seeking to lower our average buy price by buying in layers down. With the 10-5-10 volatility fund, we could expect prices to go down to 43,000 because of these long tail rejections. That's what we're hunting for. The 10-5-10 volatility fund concept was explored in episode 265, as well as in the third Coffee Club video. Rule 307, excitement is a delayed fill. What this means is there is a lot of excitement when you put a buy order, for example at 58,038, and the price is up here at around 61,000, and it dips down to 58,038, and you lower your average buy price. That's what we call layer buying, and we seek to layer buy at specific intervals across our beloved alts. Good buying levels on Bitcoin include 59,394, 58,038, 56,909, 55,899, 54,135, and 52,658. Ethereum is doing quite well. It's at 42.40. We can see Ethereum getting above this resistance. It still has one more resistance to get through, but it's looking pretty good. It's almost there. Go ETH! What we see below is support at 41.66, 40.30, 39.35, and we got really good support at 36.49. We always just trade the chart that we're viewing. We're not panicking. We understand that things go up and down. Price is always moving in a wave. We're aware of the risks, but we don't light switch. We just gradually fade in and fade out of positions. We always have an upside and a downside risk strategy in play. Just knowing what you will do if things don't go your way is a fantastic thing to do, and then just acting on it. It will decrease the anxiety that you feel tremendously. I'd like to say a very special hello to Anya and Brendan, Joe's kids. Hi guys. Okay, let's get into the top cryptos. Across the past 14 days, this is a little longer than 14 days because I wanted to show you MATIC. Remember in the last episode, MATIC was looking like it wanted to break out, and I drew this line in here. Well done, MATIC. As they say, good on you, MATIC. We can also see from this that Dogecoin shot up and then it's been coming down. It's finding a level of support. Hopefully Doge decides to romp again. Having a look at the top 8, we can see Bitcoin is above the previous sell-off. It's just rounding out a little bit. We needed to get above this resistance to resume upwards. However, Bitcoin could come down a little more. Just be aware of that. We always need to have the upside and the downside risk strategies in place. It's basically just an attitude. If it goes down to 52, for example, what would you do? If it went up to 67 or 70, what would you do? Having those strategies in play before things happen is very advantageous. Ethereum, we can see, is getting close to breaking out. Well done, ETH. We can see Binance Coin is under the previous sell-off. Poor old ADA. Somebody wake ADA up. ADA's just sleeping. Come on, ADA. You're disappointing so many people. But of course, if you're a long-term investor in ADA, you would love these lower prices. Who doesn't love lower prices? XRP, we can see a little bit of weakness playing into XRP. It's still below resistance, and it has 2 levels of resistance that it's below. We can see Sol. Sol is doing really, really well. It's just consolidating. It's above the previous Bitcoin sell-off. And having a look at Doge. Doge partied hard, but those party police were called in and squashed Doge down. That's not very nice, is it? Poor old Doge. Having a look at DOT. DOT is making its way up. This is quite nice in terms of a technical chart. It's basically retesting support, but it's doing so with power. There's positive air in there. Having a look at the next day, we can see Algorand. Algo is consolidating well above this resistance. It's creating a level of support. Go Algo. Looks quite nice. SHIB holders have been having an absolute party. This is a party line like no other. And I guess the party police are being called in. Oh, those naughty party police. Looking at Luna, we've got a great degree of upward structural support here. It's looking very nice. Uni is below 2 levels of resistance. AVAX is recovering its support. It's looking quite good. Chainlink is above its support, and it has upward support as well. Chainlink could surprise quite a few people, I believe. Just think about what would be your top pick for just 3 cryptos, only 3. And you can think about it if you're an investor or a trader and try to think about why you would do it. Your logic is really, really important. Litecoin is kind of just hovering around. It's just basically consolidating, but it has some upward momentum in it. Bitcoin Cash has unfortunately taken a bit of a hit, but it's trying to recover. When we look through these charts, what we're doing is honing your pattern recognition skills. Pattern recognition is potentially one of the most profitable things that anybody can ever develop in financial markets. Rule 109, enhance pattern recognition. Looking at so many cryptos, you can get a feeling as to what your beloved alts will do by studying the patterns of the top alts. When we look at Stellar, we can see that this rounding top was met by a sell-off. What does that mean? Basically, there was a lot of positive momentum. The momentum came out of the market and a retracement occurred. This is really healthy price action. You can see these kind of patterns playing out all across the crypto universe. MATIC, look at MATIC, it's partying. Go hard MATIC. MATIC tends to do this around this time when Bitcoin is behaving like it is currently. MATIC can do quite well. Looking at Cosmos, Atom, we can see Atom is doing very nicely. We've got a very good support line in here and the price has positive momentum. Poor old Filecoin, it's like ADA. Come on Filecoin, wake up and do something. Please let me know if you're invested or trade Filecoin. ICP is coming back to test and get over this resistance. It's nearly there. Axie Infinity has a level of resistance above the current price, but we know Axie is very, very explosive. FTT, which is FTX token, it's making its way up, just slowly but surely. Tron, TRX, is just basically consolidating. You can see that it, like for example Stellar, it had a rounding top, a sell-off, and now it's coming back. This is all incredibly healthy price action. When things get too overextended, the snapback can be very violent. Turning to the community favorites, please let me know in the comments section on YouTube what your favorite alts are. I'll try to actually drill more into specific alts. I think that will help people much more. When we look at all these different charts, it's all about rules-based thinking. Rules-based thinking is the path to success. I always remember the film Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi and Daniel's son. Daniel was doing painting of the wood and cleaning the floorboards, and Mr. Miyagi was actually teaching him karate moves all the time. But Daniel said, why don't I just do karate? Why am I doing all this renovation on your house? He must admit Mr. Miyagi had a very unique teaching method. When we look through all the different patterns, I'm trying to create a very wired-in experience. When you look at your alts, you're just going to get the price action. You'll look at it and you'll say, I know what's happening here. So returning to the beloved community alts, and please let me know what others you would like me to cover. We can see VRA, Veracity, doing extremely well. Look at this power and look at the strength compared to the other things that we've been looking at. Icon is just consolidating. Icon is a very, very powerful crypto. I'd keep my eye on this one. We can see OMG. OMG has dropped below its support. We might want to keep our eye on this, but often we get technical violations that occur inside crypto. So we need to not jump all in or jump all out. It's just the nature. Raven coin is just a little bit under resistance, but it's getting there. We can see Multivac, MTV, also doing quite nicely. Cartesi is just consolidating above a support line. There's some positive air there. Dent came back and reached, look at that, it came all the way back and reached this downward support and then bounced back into resistance. We'll keep our eye. Hopefully it gets above the support there and starts to party again. Looking at CRV, CRV is doing incredibly well. You can see it has a lot of price momentum. When we talk about backing strength, this is what we look for. When we have a breakout, we want to see a really good follow through and be on the side of the power, not beyond. Sorry, my accent could be quite interesting from time to time. Okay, so we can see when we look in here that there's a very nice upward support. If we draw from here to here, we can see that positive air there. That gives us a lot of confidence that this price momentum will be sustained. We can draw from that very first peak and just push it through. Now you notice this lower peak. So if we go from there to that lower peak and just push it through, not trying to make it fit this price action, just pushing it through here, we can see it's quite well supported. That very first one, that very first initial blow off is too steep an angle. Sometimes we have to reduce the angle just a little bit to make it more representative of price action. And we can see this is looking really good. CRV is obeying this support line, and we've got so much positive air in here. Looks really positive. Looking into the main markets, we can see the VIX, the S&P 500 volatility index. We've had a bit of an uptick in fear, but however, the NASDAQ 100 is actually doing really, really well. It's getting back to its previous higher level. Let's see what happens there. The dollar, the DXY, the US dollar currency index was falling and then bounced a little. It looks like it's either going to bounce off that support or maybe fall below it. We can see Bitcoin. We know what's happening with Bitcoin very well. We can see the bond prices. The bond prices have been falling and they're going to strike a level of resistance. If we draw a line through here, and this is just a very tight line, there's a number of ones that you can do to try and hit the tips. But you can see we're still very much under resistance with the bond market. And we can see the yields are starting to recover. Good on you, gold. Gold is getting going. Fantastic. That's going to make a lot of people happy. And we can see light crude oil is on the path upwards, but just wobbling around a bit. I mentioned this in the last episode that I thought it might wobble. It was getting a little wobbly. I'd like to thank all the very kind and generous community members who reached out and bought me a coffee on buymeacoffee.com/cryptotradingks. Thanks so much, everyone. I'd like to say a special thank you to Signs Up. Thank you so much, my friend. Coffee to help you with the masterclass. Thanks very much. Garth, thank you for your quote there. Bluebird Cafe and Zach, thanks so much. Richard, master yourself to master the market. Absolutely, my friend. That's what it's all about. Crypto shopping with the 10-5-10 dip. Well done. G Tanty, Stellora videos. Thank you. Looking forward to the masterclass. As am I. It will be a lot of fun. Marantha and Jack, thank you so much. Bethany, also looking forward to the masterclass. Saren and Badger. Badger has been off for a little bit of time doing renovations. We got some great buy orders filled because of the 10-5-10 fun. Well done, my friend. Learning new things every episode. You said a lot of very nice things in here. Thanks so much, Badger. It's very kind of you. And everyone who's actually reached out. and shown their appreciation, I couldn't be more thankful. Thank you, everyone. I'd like to explain the masterclass just a little bit more. The masterclass is all about the trigger process. You might remember the T-cube method, trend, timing, and trigger. I never go through trigger because you need a lot of background fundamentals and foundations in play. I found that from time to time I shared some trigger advice and people got trigger happy and went light switching, all on or all off. And I want to keep the community safe. So the masterclass will be primarily about the trigger process and how to set up trades and how to look for opportunities in the market, very profitable opportunities. I'll take everything step by step and will not assume any prior knowledge. I will focus on spot trading because anything to do with leverage trading, derivatives, and so on is very, very dangerous until you master spot. There's been so many examples of people that have basically lost everything, wiped out their accounts. They don't become a financial blessing to themselves and those they love under that circumstance. That's a very, very advanced topic that I'll cover some other time, but not in the masterclass. It's all about spot trading, all about how to approach from a mindset perspective, and I'll be sharing literally hundreds of rules that have never seen the light of day on the channel because they're to do with the trigger process. I'm very scientific and I'll make it a lot of fun. I think potentially the best way to get it started is to drip out the content so that you can get into it and I don't have to have the whole thing finished. I'll just have a very good structure and outline and then just fill in the videos for you. If this sounds good to you, please let me know. If you're interested in the masterclass, please check the description of this video. I'll provide an email address where you can reach out and email directly to me, and I'll make sure that you get a very deep discount. As a community, we're really focused on real wealth. To attain real wealth, you must overcome setbacks, losses, and disappointment. The financial markets are an amazing vehicle to do just that. Due to the inherent volatility of the crypto space, crypto market, it's quite common for things to go against you and to act unpredictably. When you can replace anger with gratitude and appreciation, you'll have a much more beautiful life. And you can apply this at any stage to your life. It's a wonderful, fantastic technique. It's a strategy to apply when things just don't go your way. If things are going against you in the market, sometimes it's a good idea just to get up and walk away. Never revenge trade. Never seek to make the markets pay. The markets don't know you're there. It is certainly not a personal thing. Markets are always changing in character, so don't worry about it. These losses, especially if they're paper losses, tend to repair and often repair very quickly in time. I believe the most important thing to mastering yourselves to master the market is understanding that you are worthy and unique. Only you can be you. You're here for a very specific purpose in life, and that's to make the world better in some way, shape, or form, to be a positive contribution to this world. You deserve kindness, love, meaning, and every success in life. If you approach the market from that perspective and you approach life from that perspective, the sun will come out. Of course, there are always rainy days, and that's just life. But knowing that you're worthy and you're unique and you deserve kindness and love and meaning and success is a really, really important way to live your life. I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing and liking this video if you think it will help others. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video. Please remember, Crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.